None of my male friends seem to respect me and my boyfriend's relationship, and it has complicated things. I, 24F, met Derek, my current boyfriend, 21M, about 10 months ago at our office. He seemed pretty shy at first, but I thought he was cute, so I started flirting with him and eventually we started dating. He's definitely different from most of the guys I've dated before. He's a naturally quiet and reserved kind of guy. While we first started dating, he seemed a little nervous, but once we got going he warmed up. He's really funny, not in an entertain a group way, but he and I make each other laugh a whole lot. He's also a writer. He's a published author making royalties off of his book. He's thinking of quitting his job at our office to focus on writing. We also decided it was a good time to move in together last month. I was in a sorority in college and most of my current friends were my sisters, and my guy friends were in fraternities. Most of them date my friends, but a few of them are single, and one of them, Will, has had a crush on me since college. He would ask me out every once in a while, but I would let him down gently. Physically he wasn't my type as he was pretty big and bulky, which I'm not really into. He handled it pretty well, and I didn't feel uncomfortable around him or anything. Anyways, the first time I brought him around my friends, like usual he was pretty quiet, but I do want to clarify that he's not really socially awkward. Recently we all agreed to go camping, and that's when things got weird. All of my guy friends kind of started giving him a little crap about his size and height. He's 5 feet 7 inches and, while being very athletic, he got a scholarship to play cornerback at a small college before he dropped out. His brother said that if he was bigger he could have played Division I football. All of those guys are taller than he is. My boyfriend went along with it, but he had his angry little smile on his face the whole night. I felt the need to back him up, so I was all over him that night physically. I was sitting in his lap, making out with him. I don't know why, but I felt that would make them shut up. We end up sneaking off and I start going down on Derek. Unfortunately, Will, who was looking for a place to use the restroom, stumbled upon us. Will left the campsite, but since then everyone's been avoiding it. Everyone also started making fun of my boyfriend constantly. He's been handling it well, but it's really pissing me off. My best friend, who's dating one of these guys, told me that Will told them what happened, and now they all want me to leave Derek for Will. Some of my friends have even told me how good me and Will would be together. Finally, Will gave me a love letter he had written to explain his feelings. I told Will that I'm in the best relationship of my life, and I have no desire to leave Derek. Now, apparently Will wants to have a man-to-man with Derek, as if he thinks that he can tell my boyfriend that he's better for me than Derek is. I know Will's been in fights before, and I'm afraid he might violently confront my boyfriend. Derek has no plans to confront him or even see him ever again. At this point I'm ready to stop hanging out with most of these guys. Most of the girls are staying out of it, some of them are actively telling them to stop. I feel like if it comes down to it I can still be friends with my sorority sisters, and not have to see the guys, who I'm sure would pick Will over me. What's the right move here? Update 1. Well, today was pretty intense. I went to brunch with the girls that I consider my friends, told them everything, and they're cool with me phasing out the guys. They echoed what some of you said about most of them seeing me as a potential hookup or date of some sort. I flat out told the guys that I wasn't going to be hanging out with them, and that Will was beginning to make me feel uncomfortable. Some of them sent private apologies, but I haven't responded. Will decided that he was over me, I guess, and the way to show that was to badmouth me and Derek on social media. He called me a stupid female and lamented the fact that a nice guy like him couldn't get with any girl, and told everyone he had seen Derek's PP and it was small. Derek asked for permission to insult him, and I gave it to him before we would delete everything and block him. Derek wrote this: "When did you see my tiny PP? Oh, that's right, when you walked in on us and left sobbing," which he did. Anyways, we deleted everything, and at this point all of the guys sent us apologies through text or through Facebook for not realizing Will was an a-hole, for being mean and for being unwelcoming. I still don't really feel like I want them in my life. Me and Derek are great. I was a little stressed when Will started up, but Derek was laughing the whole time and made me feel a lot better about it. Update 2. Well, things happened last night. Derek and I decided to go get something to eat at a sports bar last night so he could catch a little bit of the NFL game on last night. Not really thinking about it, we went to the place down the street. 5 minutes after we order, the whole gang comes barging in, minus Will and another guy. Derek asked if I wanted to go see them, and I told him I'd rather not. After 15 minutes of us ignoring them, and me realizing that they're being incredibly loud in a not too packed sports bar, 2 of the single guys, Peter and Kevin, who along with Will were the main instigators of stuff, as well as being 2 of the guys who talked about how they were going to hook up with me in the text conversation my good friend's boyfriend had shown her, started mocking him again. I snapped. I didn't yell, But I walked over there with my boyfriend and told both of them that I knew what they said about me, that it would never ever happen, that I never even considered it happening, and that I was done with them. I left right after this. Sally and Kate, my two best friends, as well as Kate's boyfriend Tom and Jack, who I always felt was a good guy, followed me and my boyfriend out to make sure I was okay and apologize. They all said that those guys were acting like such losers and would rather be friends with me and my boyfriend. Derek and I thanked them, and we're going out tonight with them. I'm pretty glad that I still have friends. The two guys talked to Derek, and I feel like Derek did a pretty good job of impressing them. He dropped the fact that he used to play college football, and they ate that up. I feel like this was the best possible outcome. I get to keep my real friends from this group, cut out the bad ones, and maybe Derek even gets some new friends.